What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Hope you guys are having a quick day as usual. So for this video, guys, I'm switching it up a little bit. I'm just going to be doing a quick review for Transformers 1. So let's jump right into it. First and foremost, guys, if you are a Transformers fan, I highly recommend you going out and watching this movie opening weekend. It looks great. It is amazing. The animation is so crisp and clear. It's just amazing how far we've come with animation within the last like 15 to 20 years. It just keeps getting better and better, and honestly, I don't know where it goes from here, but it's just so amazing now. Not only the animation, but in other movies as well, like CGI and stuff like that. We're at an amazing point where they could make things look really well on the big screen. So just go out and see it. You'll have a blast just watching it and just seeing it. Just like the spectacle of it, the colors, how vibrant like Iacon City is, Cybertron, all the Transformers and whatnot. Just a spectacular movie to watch. So go out and see it if you haven't seen it yet. And if you're a big Transformers fan, you're gonna have a lot of fun with it. I'm not gonna spoil the movie too much. Actually, there might be spoilers that came out today, so I'm gonna I'm not gonna spoil it to the max level, but there are gonna be some spoilers in this review. So if you do not want to be spoiled, turn the video off, go watch the movie, then come back and we'll have a conversation. But anyways, I'm gonna continue going on. Let's talk about the plot of the movie. The plot of the movie is pretty simple. It's essentially the Cybertronians, the Transformers, are getting manipulated by their leader, who is Sentinel Prime. He's on the surface fighting a war against the Quintessons. And they've been fighting allegedly for hundreds of, or if not thousands of years. That's what is perceived by the Transformers. The other Transformers are living in Iacon City in the middle of Cybertron, like in the center of Cybertron, and they're mining essentially for Energon. They think that Energon is going to help the rest of the Transformers or help the war against the Quintessons, but essentially Sentinel Prime has sold out Cybertron and the Transformers, and he's actually working alongside the Quintessons and giving them their he's giving them the, what is it, Energon. He's giving them Energon. So he's actually aiding the Quintessons, and he's doing all of this just to maintain his power and stay in power over the rest of the Transformers, aka Cybertronians. But no one seems to know this yet. And he's also, when they're, I guess when they're born or created, he's taken away their cogs, so they're unable to transform. It's a big part of the movie because throughout the, like, I would say the first two halves of the movie or two quarters of the movie, none of the Transformers could transform. So they're kind of figuring things out without being able to transform. It's a neat little twist on the story, and it kind of takes away their ability, so they have to do things in a different way. They have to find things out in a different manner and stop relying on them transforming. So it's a good little take. It does work. I do love how throughout the movie you keep finding out little like snippets of what's going on with Sentinel and how he is manipulating the Transformers. And once it's kind of exposed, once they're on the surface, they D16, Optimus Prime, and Alita, they all get to the surface. They meet one Prime who's still like, he was in stasis and they kind of woke him up with Energon. So they meet this one Prime. He kind of goes over the whole detail. He kind of tells them everything they need to know, including that Sentinel is manipulating them and lying to them. Not only does he tell them, but he shows them. So there's no way that he's lying. And this is where the movie kind of gets like really good, really amazing. Like halfway through the second act, the third act is amazing. First of all, the complete third act, there's a lot of fighting, there's a lot of action, it's all amazing. But the second act is where you learn the truth. The Transformers learn the truth, and that's where they start changing as characters too. That's where Optimus or Orion Pax slowly starts becoming Optimus Prime, because he stays like optimistic, he stays diplomatic, whereas Megatron or D16 slowly starts to become radicalized and slowly starts to lose his goodness, like who he was, like his virtue, who he was as a Transformer. So it's really like the moment where you start to see a shift between Optimus and Orion Pax and D16. And throughout the movie, throughout the rest of the movie from this point on, everything that happens kind of solidifies both their views. So you understand why both of them keep doing what they're doing and why they actually double down on what they're doing, if not get more radicalized. But like I said, D16 gets more radicalized in like a violent, angry way, whereas Optimus or Orion Pax gets more radicalized, where he's more diplomatic and more optimistic about the future. So it's a really, really well told story. It's fascinating to see D16 really, really like emerge in hatred and wanting to get like revenge. It's really a good character study because you never really get to see a villain turn into the villain. Like we always already just get the villain fully fleshed out. We never really see how he got to where he was. So that's pretty much the plot of the story. It's really well done. The first, I would say, 45 minutes, there's a lot of lore, there's a lot of world building. There's not a lot of action because there's a lot of world building, there's a lot of lore that has to be explained. And there's a lot of like connection. You have to feel kind of connected with these characters, so they have to make you care about the characters as well. So the first, I would say, half of the movie is not bad. It's slower for sure, but they got to set up a lot of things. And I would say it's not bad. The pace is a little slow, but B 126 or 127, aka Bumblebee, he's the one that keeps that half rolling because he's kind of funny. He's the comic relief, so he keeps it going. Optimus is always Optimus in this movie is kind of different. Like you wouldn't expect him to be who he is. He's kind of like the wild child. He's courageous. He's adventurous. He's the one who kind of puts everybody in a weird situation, but ultimately lifts everybody out of that situation as well. So he's kind of annoying, I would say, to D16. Like D16 is always saving him, but they always get a laugh out of it. And he's, like I said, he's optimistic, he's courageous, he's brave, he's adventurous. So it's kind of someone that you admire and someone you want to follow behind. And he's always curious about his past, like where the Transformers come from. That's why he's so like throughout this whole movie he's searching, he's searching why, where are the primes, where's the matrix of leadership, what's going on with all that stuff. He never stops looking, and I guess that's why the matrix of leadership and Primus chose Optimus, or chose Orion Pax to be a prime, because he's always looking, he's always optimistic, courageous, adventurous, but always gonna go back and do the right thing. So just great stuff right there. Like I said, I wrote down a few notes. The voice acting, of course, everybody's gonna ask how were the voice actors. D16, I guess he's Tyreek Henry. He's a good actor. You could kind of hear his voice. It wasn't as deep as I wanted it to be, but it was still good. Alita is Scarlett Johansson. She did a fine job. I thought her character was kind of like stern, kind of like the backbone of the group, really serious, but she was there. She was very supportive when things got tough. Bumblebee was Michael Key, I think. So we all know him. He's from Mad TV. He's fun. He was the comic relief. It's gonna be crazy because at some point, I guess in this timeline, Bumblebee's gonna lose his voice. So I don't know how that's all gonna work out, but because he's talking throughout the whole movie, he never shuts up throughout this whole movie. So he's the comic relief. And trust me, it doesn't get too crazy where they're making too many jokes or anything like that. It's not like Marvel. It's not over the top humor, so you guys don't have to worry about that. Chris Hemsworth replacing Peter Cullen. Does he do a good job? He does a good enough of a job. It's his first time. It's his first attempt. I know Peter Cullen's been doing it for decades at this point. It's kind of at the point. I'm always at the point where I like to see new people try things out. Like we've gotten so many iterations of Spider-Man, Batman. I'm I'm always like it shouldn't always be reserved to one person to do it forever. Like give other people a try, and let's see other iterations of that character. So I think Chris Hemsworth did a good enough job. He has his own unique sound. It kind of sounds like Optimus, and it lives up to the spirit of who Optimus Prime is. So I think the voice acting really did a good job. My favorite character, again, was D16, because I liked seeing D16 slowly but surely turn into Megatron. I think it was just a great story plot. I'm just going through a little bit of my notes, guys. There was a lot of cool moments. So the Icon 5000 race, great scene. That scene alone is worth the admission price. Like that scene is really fun, really colorful. A lot's going on throughout the screen. Just fun stuff. Let me see what else. The mine collapsing in the first act, that was a great scene too. Like cool stuff. You didn't really know what was gonna happen. Let me see. And the entire third act. The entire third act, man, it was just amazing. So just fun stuff overall. Let me see if anything else. No, it was a really good movie. I love the characters. I love the story. They really went in terms of the lore. I feel like they did a good job. A lot of people are saying this is the best Transformers movie ever. My favorite will always be the first Michael Bay movie. I grew up at that time. I was like 15 or 16. It was the right time, the right moment for me in my life. And I'd never seen Transformers in live action. I think this is up there with the best. Like, my favorite is the first Michael Bay. I think this probably is the best movie. Like, fully with like characters, development. We actually understand and know what's going on with the characters, where they come from, why they do what they do. And so I think this is the best realized Transformers movie. It's great to be a fan of Transformers the way I look at it, because every year or two we get a movie. We're getting live action movies. At this point, we're getting animation movies. We're getting TV shows. So we're in the renaissance or the golden era of Transformers content. I'm just gonna wait to see what they do next. I'm sure they're gonna probably make a sequel after this. I hope it does well at the box office. Praying that it does fine, but let me know what you guys think. Like I said, this is just like a quick reaction, my quick thoughts on the movie. I thought it was really well done. I really enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Are you going to go watch it? Do you have plans to watch it? Do you think if you did watch it, what do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section. It is Friday, so guys, if you do not want to read anything, if you do not want to know anything, spoilers, it's out. The movie's out, so I'm not holding back. I don't think anybody else should be able to hold back, so it is going to be in the comment section. If you read that, it's on you, you know? But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, because it helps the channel and the video grow a lot. But I'm wrap it up, so take care of yourself. Stay safe, because it is a crazy world, and there are a lot of crazy people. But most importantly, guys, you already know by now. Peace.